Ein herzliches Willkommen zurück zu Greedfall. Heute wollen wir die Hauptquest weitermachen und mal schauen, wie wir mit der Prüfung des Wassers vorankommen. Dazu nehmen wir aber, jetzt muss ich überlegen, wen nehmen wir mit? Ich finde, Kurt ist der beste Kämpfer von allen, aber ich glaube, bei dieser Prüfung möchte ich auf jeden Fall Petrus dabei haben und natürlich Sior. Das heißt, gehen wir dahin. Wir haben schon gelernt, dass man nicht unbedingt kämpfen muss. Also wir können schon mal schauen, dass wir da irgendwie, wie soll ich sagen, einen Weg drumherum oder so finden. Können wir irgendwas verkaufen? Ja, das sieht gut aus. Weg damit. Und weiter. Bin ich mal echt gespannt. So, wohin? Okay. Das ist schon ein cooles Dorf, muss ich sagen. Irgendwie geil. Oh. Wie weit noch? Das sieht doch gut aus. Also.
Siora, do you know anything about the trial that awaits us inside?
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to it. I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily the best response, even if it allows you to get to where you are going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed, and there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep.
Is that an idea that your mother used? It's clever. Thank you.
Ja, aber wo kriege ich das Schlafmittel her? Wir gehen mal rein. Schau mal, sehen wir schon, wie groß es ist? Nee. Also. Wir rennen hier jetzt mal nicht, hetzen auch nicht. Vorsichtig. Da haben wir doch schon was.
Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep. You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without a fight.
Okay, das war einfach. Ja, ich hätte ja auch kämpfen können, aber... Sieht man mich dann mehr, wenn ich da irgendwie so Entscheidungen treffe? Weiß zwar nicht, woher ich den Schlaftrank habe, aber es ist mir egal. So kann ich hier nicht runter. Hä? Was ist jetzt passiert gerade? Okay, nichts. Das sind wieder so blöde Fledermäuse, ich sehe euch. Wir schleichen hier mal entlang. Ist hier irgendwas Wichtiges? Ja, toll. Also. Sieht so aus, als ob ich wohl doch kämpfen muss, ja? Wir schauen mal, vielleicht muss ich doch nicht kämpfen, aber ich glaube, das geht in die Hosen. Geht nicht in die Hosen. Okay, das finde ich sehr gut. Die Höhle Prüfung des Wassers. Wo muss ich jetzt hin? Hier ist kein Viech, ne?
May the enlightened help us.
Oh, was ist denn, mein Freund? Oh, da hinten.
You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are guides, keys for the sacred rituals.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Ja, puh. Was soll ich jetzt damit anfangen? Das weiß ich jetzt nicht so recht. Da hinten ist ein Viech. Und da sind wir gekommen. Ah! Ach so, was hat sie jetzt gesagt? Jetzt blick ich's. Das ist wieder so ein dummes Rätsel.
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind, and it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then, here, this looks like a snowflake. Snow or maybe ice. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
Was ist denn das hier?
This stone is adorned with the etching of a
Wassertropfen?
drop of water. This stone is blackened, eaten
Rot.
away. This stone bears the image of a
Warum
storm.
Wind?
On this stone, the sun is visible.
Sonne?
The drawing on this stone makes me think
Feuer.
of fire. This drawing looks like an infant.
Säugling. Also nochmal.
It
Wie war
represents
das?
life.
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky. I
Wind
was
und kalt.
floating, carried by the wind, and it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt
Blut
my
in meinen
blood freezing
Adern.
in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Wasser, oder? Jetzt? Schläft der jetzt? Ich glaube, der schläft jetzt. Kann das sein? Sieht fast so danach aus, ne? Ja, der schläft. Ist ja geil. Warte mal. Muss ich ihn doch besiegen? Oh, Zähmen. Wieso konnte ich den zähmen? Das ist ja mega cool. Was ist da hinten? Oh, keine Ahnung. Ja gut, wir haben bisher noch keinen Kampf führen müssen. Das finde ich sehr, sehr gut. Hier kann ich nicht hoch. Gibt es wieder irgendwelche Gemälde? Was ist das?
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tir Fredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Enon Mir Frichtemann.
Das war die Prüfung. Okay, die habe ich mir wirklich schlimmer vorgestellt. Dann gehen wir mal zu Ländern zurück. Ich dachte schon, da hängt so eine blöde Fledermaus. So, einmal hier. Also, Prüfung des Wassers habe ich bestanden.
I congratulate you for passing the trial.
Dankeschön.
Enter.
Ist aber nett. So, bestanden.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tir Fridi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the dos and tats. Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so doing, the Guardian recognized you as a wise man.
Ah, deswegen.
You choose to trust the way of ruse and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion.
Also, war
Friendship
doch gut.
of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Enon Milfrictiman now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince him as well. Where can I find him?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Deirdre, Blatnid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
My mother, alas, can tell us nothing more.
Yes, I heard about your loss, Siora. And divorced Tirse. Mourning is a difficult time to pass.
And divorced Tirse. Thank you, Glyndon.
Deirdre is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlug.
I have already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. As for Dunkas, he leads the
Kenn ich ja alle.
He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekidan Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glendan.
Kwa Walamsek. I hope that you will find him.
Okay. Dann würde ich sagen, gehen wir tatsächlich zu Constantin. Oh, dem geht's jetzt noch schlechter wahrscheinlich. Gucken wir mal. Der tut mir so leid. Erörtere die Lage auf der Lichtung von Kalsen. Erörtere die Lage. Lichtung von Kalsen. Okay, das verwirrt mich. Ich weiß nicht, was ihr von mir wollt. Okay, also dann gehen wir mal zurück. Also. Constantin, wir kommen. Ich hoffe, er ist nicht tot oder so. Das wäre so krass. Ich kann es mir nicht vorstellen. Wäre ich ja praktisch die Anführerin hier. So. Oh.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord D'Orsay's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord D'Orsay has been attacked.
He believes. He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes.
Okay, damit habe ich nicht
My
gerechnet.
lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events. But know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
Trotzdem traue ich ihr irgendwie nicht. Ich kann
In
es
the
nicht
interest
sagen.
of
Warum.
avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By Islander, do you mean the Donegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, milady. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here?
Über Ort des Angriffs
Do you know
befragen.
precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
Fragend, weshalb nicht nachgesehen
Why
hat.
didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done?
Er hat schon recht.
It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors.
Nach dem Grund für die Expedition
My cousin
fragen.
was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Donegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the war
Okay,
of wits.
interessant.
I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition. But your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into again?
I am sorry, milady, but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, milady.
Okay, gut, kein Problem. Dann machen wir das. Ja, wir suchen uns erstmal Constantin. Ich traue eigentlich schon dem Typ, muss ich sagen. Also, er hat mir nie Anlass gegeben. Was ist jetzt passiert? Warum sind die Quests weg? Okay, interessant. Spannend. Naja. Dann ist es so. Also, dann gehen wir schnell zu unserem Haus zurück. Und suchen unseren Verwandten. Brief von Lady Morage zu Händen der Gesandten der Kongregation des Ade. Euer Exzellenz, ein Bote informierte uns über die Ankunft einer Delegation seiner Hoheit Prinz de Wespe, angeführt von seiner Tochter. Falls es euch möglich ist, würde ich euch bitten, schnellstmöglich nach Neuserin zurückzukehren. Ich weiß nicht, wie ich auf die doch recht verstörende Ankunft dieser Familie auf Terre Frade reagieren soll. Ich hoffe, dieser Brief erreicht Prinz de Wespe. Wer ist denn das? De Wespe.
Lady Morange tells me that a delegation from the de Vespe family just landed on the island.
From the look on your face, I take it their arrival is not good news. Are they that bad?
If I had to name one family in the merchant congregation who has mastered the art of manipulation and treachery, it would be the de Vespes. We must ask ourselves why they are here. We should find Lady Morange as soon as possible to provide assistance.
Ich will eigentlich hier meinen Cousin retten, aber ich weiß nicht. Wobei, wenn wir überlegen, er ist mit dem Eingeborenen unterwegs und daher eigentlich schon in sicheren Händen. So, was ist denn los, Mensch?
Ah, Lady de Sardet.
Ja, hab ich.
Did you get my message?
Indeed. The arrival of the de Vespe family in Tirfredi is surprising, and no doubt worrying. But without knowing their intentions...
Nothing good can come from that family, for the interests of the D'Orsay family and Serene. But I truly cannot tell you anything about the reason for their presence. The message I received was brief. Aurelia de Vespe announced her arrival on the island and asked to see your cousin as soon as possible. She and her entourage seem to have settled in a region that I do not know. Adag ol Credo, north of Vikshadir. I think it would be good for you to locate her and try to find out more.
I know this place, but I thought that only the Doneigada from the Baragnodash clan knew how to access it. It's a sacred place. That's where Animide shed his blood.
You should also take advantage and visit these unknown lands. Who knows what they have in store for us?
You're right. It's better for us to go and see what it's all about.
Okay, ich hol aber tatsächlich...
Goodbye, Lady Morange.
Goodbye, Your Excellency. Be careful. Don't underestimate the trickery of the de Vespes.
Ich werde trotzdem mich um Constantin erst kümmern. Weil, ich habe keinen Bock, dass der mir irgendwie da... Ja, abkratzt oder sonst irgendwas. Also los. Dann gucken wir mal, was die Wespe wollen. Machen wir danach. So. Konstantin, wo hängst du ab? Lager des Steinbogens. So, Mittel von Nagelplätzen, ja. So, ach, das ist sogar direkt in der Nähe, das ist doch prima. Also gut, dann nach Süden, dann nach Osten. Hier sind schon Viecher. Wir können hier mit voller Gewalt rein. Okay, das war nicht schwer jetzt klar. So, und jetzt zu dir. Jetzt hier hoch, oder was? So aus.
This is the camp that Constantin's escort must have established.
It looks more like a battlefield. I hope that Onegad and your cousin survived the fight.
Search the area. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what happened here.
Okay, spannend.
The tents are lacerated by what looks like claws. And there are traces of blood everywhere. Some of these men must have been attacked in their sleep. By beasts.
Das ist komisch.
Most of the weapons are missing. Our soldiers wouldn't have taken a rest without defenses. Our soldiers were attacked by surprise, and animals were amongst the assailants. However, our men reacted properly. They were armed and they fled as best they could. There are no bodies, and no sign of the presence of Constantin or Katasak. Perhaps they were in another place, and the soldiers wanted to join them. We need to follow the tracks.
Okay, was ist das hier eigentlich? Ach, Werktisch. Ja. Warte mal. Guck mal doch mal weiter nach unten, ne?
This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the area and taken this path followed by their assailants.
Okay, was ist das hier oben? War ich hier schon mal? Oh, hier sind Viecher.
This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantin were going.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinol Menawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Katasak wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. But there are bodies. And without a doubt, there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find.
Was ist denn das?
A crater. Without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures.
Was geht hier
The
ab?
corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly to the end. Neither Constantin nor Katasak are amongst them.
Das ist echt eigenartig. Ah ja, es kommt dieser komische Dolch.
This blade is a native ritual knife. And this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Katasak have found a better means to alleviate Constantin's symptoms? Constantin and Katasak must have been visiting this place. Perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened and many fell during the fight. But a group escaped down this path. We need to continue following their tracks.
Okay. Sehr verdächtig. Sehr komisch. Vor allem, ich habe halt echt nicht damit gerechnet, dass sowas passiert. Was ist denn das? Was liegt denn da? Es liegt dort Gestrüpp. Okay, dann können wir hier mal rüberrennen. Folge den Kampfspuren.
More tracks. Footprints. The ones who got away fled this way.
Ja, oh. Hä? Warum?
Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat.
Das ist sehr
These
komisch
weapons
alles.
are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against?
Ich habe keine Ahnung. Aber es ist nichts Gutes, glaube ich. Da liegen irgendwelche Viecher, die
Another
schlafen.
burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flames. More signs of an explosion. Can't believe that our soldiers could have so many explosive weapons.
Sag mal. Jetzt ist gut. Es reicht. Was ist das hier?
These poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again? Or something else?
Ja, es ist was anderes. Irgendwas, was Feuer spuckt oder was auch immer.
New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here.
Was geht hier ab?
There are not only corpses of our own men. Where could these other soldiers have come from?
Ich verstehe es nicht. Auf jeden Fall haben sich alle Viecher auf die gestürzt.
Explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them?
Das Viech kennen wir, aber was ist das? Das Vergnügen hat man, glaube ich, noch nicht. Was ist hier passiert? Muss es irgendwo einen Hinweis geben. Was haben wir hier? Hier mal noch die Viecher. Hier mal, oder hier mal Eisenerz. Nehmen wir uns. Aber sonst sehe ich hier nichts. Folge den Kampfspuren. Okay, wo sind die nächsten Kampfspuren? Sind die hier? Ja, das sind Spuren.
There are footprints. Only a handful made it up here.
Was ist das denn? Professor, ach so. Die Eingeborenen haben uns von einer riesigen Kreatur erzählt, die über diese Höhen herrscht. Und die Statue, die wir gefunden haben, könnte eine Darstellung von ihr sein. Eine große geflügelte Bestie, die wendig und flugfähig zu sein scheint, aber ihr Körper sieht verletzlich und ungeschützt aus. Natürlich ist das nur eine Darstellung. Wir werden eine der Kreaturen heftig sehen müssen, um diese Beobachtung zu bestätigen. Ja, dann wissen wir ja mal, was hier kommt, ne? Okay, das ist neu.
The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantin or Katasak.
Ach, jedes Mal vergesse ich's. Gut, mein Freund. Okay. Haben wir dich. Also hier ist noch mal was.
I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see.
Er hat einen Brief ja dann neben drauf.
According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by.
Da,
A patrol, no
Brückenallianz.
doubt. Could the bridge be in some way linked to this attack? That makes no sense.
Was ist das?
These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. But what could have happened here? I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh,
Ja, wo bist du
Constantin,
da hineingeraten, mein
what have you
Freund?
gotten yourself into again? These vials look familiar. Katasak used the very same to stock his potions. He came all the way here. I'm going to pick them up. Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantin and Katasak definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack. You have strayed far from the path. No one would have attacked Katasak.
Unless he himself was behind it. He is a powerful Donegat, the
Aber warum
beasts
sollte das
obey.
machen?
How could you even think something like that? He is a healer. He brought comfort to your cousin.
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust. With Constantin captive, he can now apply leverage to the colonists and force them to accept
Ich
his
kann es mir nicht
conditions.
vorstellen.
But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. Regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. Perhaps we could return to Wenxavier in order to learn more. Katazak may have returned there. His Voglendide might be able to tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers participated in the combat. Or at least the end of it.
Ja.
They must have some stories to tell us.
That trail seems a better one to follow. Katazak is a good man, but the soldiers and the lions have already betrayed you.
That is true. But I do not see how they could have made these animals obey them. However, one way or another, Constantin is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Okay. Das ist echt, was ist das? Ja, wie komme ich denn zu dem Außenposten? Komme ich hier nicht? Hinten ist er. Ja, sieht nicht so aus. Gucken wir mal von hier. Gut. Dann würde ich sagen, sind wir hier am Ende dieser Folge angelangt. Ich sage ein herzliches Dankeschön fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Bis dann. Tschüss.